Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's your host Nick, November Echo Kilo, from the Ontario CB Club. We have this channel here on YouTube, and we also have a Facebook group. Feel free to join if you like, and feel free to like and subscribe. On this video, I'm gonna share with you some tips on how to solder like a pro, and also how to properly solder PL259 connectors. I have a few here. I'll show you in a bit. All right, we have the soldering iron here. It's a Weller. It's 60 watt. It's big. It's very powerful, and it has the pros and cons. If it is too powerful like this, if you hold it for a long extended period of time, you might burn the circuit board. So I advise you to use a 25 watt for circuit boards. But for connectors, 60 watt is okay, as long as you know what you're doing and you're fast. And I'll show you more on the video. Stay tuned. All right, so as we wait for the soldering iron to warm up, let me check the zoom. Yeah, there you go. I knew something wrong. We're gonna use a crimping tool for Coax. My my side cutters with a broken nose here, and this other crimping tool. And it was just here. I'm gonna show you some different types of connectors that I have here. And also, I'm gonna show you this guy here. Oops. This guy here. This is a SO239 connector. To me, this is the best thing ever. You can twist in the Coax, the RG58, along with this one too. You can twist it in. It has the threads, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, and I'll show you how this works also, since I have it here. This is something similar to this. You probably all know this, have seen this before. This is what comes with the Wilson 1000 antenna. Probably the 5000, no, the 5000 has a 3/8 bolt. This comes off. Hopefully I can take it off so I can show you. So all you have here is just a little rubber cover. You can see it. So I went too far from the camera. All right, and this is it. So to me, see, it has this notch a little bit here to go through the coax, and just push it in the hole. To me, I don't like this. I don't like it. I'm sorry, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's why I replaced mine. Let me put this cover back. Right, when I bought the antenna, I replaced it with this. So how this works is you unscrew this cover here. Am I doing it right? No, there you go. So you unscrew this. All right, very easy. And then there's your coax. So once you crimp the RG58, you will twist it through the hole, and the positive is gonna come in here, and you just touch it with a solder, boop, and you solder it. Now what we don't have here, this acts like a nut. So this is where you put your I usually use an adjustable wrench. Let me find it here, just a second. Right, so I use an adjustable wrench, and I grab it from here. Okay, and this is how you do it. But what we're missing here is a washer with teeth. I don't have one to show you right now. Let me look around. I might have one. Give me 1 second. Anyway, I couldn't find one, but to give you an idea, this is obviously not big enough. So it has a bigger hole, obviously, to fit into the SO239, and it has teeth. See, like these teeth here, but on the outside. So the teeth will be on the outside, and they're a little bit twisted. So this way, when you tie this with the washer, when you tie this nut, it will help. The teeth will grab on the metal, and that will help you with your ground. So again, it looks like this. It's like a regular washer, obviously bigger hole to fit the SO239, right? But on the outside it has teeth, similar like this. Let me see if you can see this one. So similar to this, it has teeth, but on the outside. And then when you tie the nut here, it will grab the metal, and you will have a better ground. All right. Now, I think the soldering iron is coming. Let me see here. I gotta switch positions. So I don't know if you can see, the tip is not very clean. And how you clean this is with this little sponge here. I bought this from the hardware store. Oops, it's burning hot. Sorry, guys. I bought this from the hardware store first, and then I bought the soldering iron. So this is how you clean it. This sponge has to be wet, and this is how you're cleaning the tip of the soldering iron. And look at the difference. You see how shiny it is now? That's how it should always be. All right, so for this demonstration, we will use, I have this thick solder. I believe it's 2.5, 3 inches. Sorry, 2.5, 3 millimeter thick, and this is 1 millimeter thick. Okay, this is the tiny one. And I have some different wires here. I have this speaker wire. I also have this 14 gauge wire. I already soldered like this. Okay, but we're going to do it again, and I'm going to show you. I also have this 12 gauge wire. This used to be attached to each other, but I was trying different things, so I had to separate them. So this is 12 gauge, and this is the audio wire that they use on vehicles to power amps and car stereos and stuff like that. And looking for something else. Yeah, and the speaker wire, which is 18 gauge. So this is 18 gauge. So as I said, I already tried some. I try here to solder. You can solder like this if you want to connect two pieces together, like two wires together. Or I'm gonna open it after, and I'll show you. Actually, let's open it right now. See, it's not going anywhere. That's how strong it is. Okay. Just want to throw the garbage away. All right, let's start with the I don't know if you can see it. This is diesel premium quality RG58AU. Now the AU, I have another one, or not, I don't have a piece to show you, but when I crimp this wire I'm gonna show you. So now I'm just gonna use this crimper real quick. Ideally you want about an inch. Inside here there is two blades, this one and the other one on the bottom. So ideally you want maybe an inch away. You let go and you just twist once, twice, and that's it. So as you can see here, we have two cuts. The first cut is the deepest, as the song says, but no, this is not the deepest, this is the deepest. Alright, so let's pull this out. So as you can see, it separated the insulation for the positive. See that it, because I twisted way too many times, and this part here, I have the radio on, sorry, turn off the radio. If we pull this out, there you go. So now it will, this is how you do it with a tiny little screwdriver. You pull back all the strands from the ground, like so. Okay. Now what we're doing here, we're gonna use this twist on connector. I brought these connectors from back home from Europe, and I couldn't find them here, so that's why I brought a few. But now I'm looking on eBay, and it's called Bakelite PL259 Connector Bakelite twist on RG58. So let's cut this wire and do it again. And the twist on is here, like this will twist in here, and I will show you in a minute. Let's cut this wire and strip it again. Hopefully we have enough. I'm making a mess at the same time. So with the crimper, let's say we need about an inch, and we're gonna do it once, twice. You will feel it when it cuts the insulation. All right, so let's pull. The first cut is the deepest. Yeah, that went okay. And now you separate them. This, you might need the pliers for this. There you go. So now we pull back like so. Now as I was saying before, that I wanted to show you a piece of coax that I have, is that to see the difference. The difference is this one, the cheaper coax, this will be a single strand. This is a multi-strand, and I think this is better quality, because when you have your connector here, so for example I'm using, if I can find it, see, this is the same connector, the twist on RG58 PL259 connector, and this is how I made the soldering. I think it looks beautiful. So when you move the wire over the years, if this inside is a single strand, it's gonna break. It will break. So let's say you're disconnecting it. You can plug this into your radio and never touch it again, right? But if you're like me, that constantly be changing stuff around, and you have to undo it, take it off, put it back. If it is a single strand, it will break easier than the multi-strand. Okay, and I know all these things just from personal experience, because I've been dealing with connectors and stuff like that for a long time. All right, so to do this connector, let me sit down. for this connector, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the ends a little bit to make it all even. See, this side cutter is has a broken nose, but it cuts everything, and I bought it from the dollar store. I was lucky. So you cut it roughly to have everything even, right? And the reason is, when you put the connector in, you don't want to see see how this sticks out. See how the ground wire sticks out. You can see it from the back. You can put a heat shrink if you want. If you don't want to see it, it will look more professional, but we don't have this luxury right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna twist the positive. Okay, beautiful. And first thing we do is this. If you forget to put this in first, so now roughly by eye, this is gonna stop somewhere here, and this length is okay. Let's see. If not, so you go gently. You see the wire coming in. So now once you're in, you will start twisting, like you screw a bolt. Yeah, this is tight. I should have cut them more, but I can always do that by unscrewing it. All right. If this was single strand, it would have broken by now. It would have been broken. So you get the idea how it works. And I would make this a little bit shorter, just to get it in more. Let's find the yeah, just a few. There you go. And twist it a little bit more. And we said we're gonna shorten this ends a little bit more so they don't show. It's like giving it a haircut. This one's a little bit more. Okay, so let's do this again. You can see everything, right? All right, so let's go through slowly here until we find the hole, and we'll try one more time. You keep twisting until it's like super tight. Something like that. All right, it's tight, it's not gonna go anywhere. All right, let's clean up the mess a little bit here. All right, so what you want to do next is cut the wire flush with the connector, like so. It doesn't matter if it sticks out just a tiny bit. All right. Right, so now let's try with the thicker solder, and I'll show you the secret. The secret here is on the paste. I've seen many people, and that's one of the reasons that I'm making this video, trying to solder without the paste. This is called flux, or soldering paste. I've been using this for years and years and years, and I still have lots of it, because you only need a little bit at a time. I don't know if you can see it. It's off camera. Yeah, there it is. So Yeah, I'm gonna dip this in here, guys, straight up, just a little bit. See what this is gonna do? Let me grab the iron, which is hot, and look how clean my tip is. I apologize for this glare. I don't know, maybe I should change the background, but look at how clean the tip is. And you can do this with the soldering paste by dipping the, look at the smoke. Now you can tell that your iron is ready to go, and look how it cleans the tip. Let's take some, you can touch all them together. Let me move around from this glare, I don't know why. You can do it like this all at the same time, so when it melts it will drop here, but you can take a little bit at a time and just touch it. But for this now, we're just gonna go straight. Look at that. A little bit more. And that's it, you don't need more. Actually, you need a little more because I see the hole. There you go. Let's put this back. You see it, guys? And this is it. Now if you want to clean it, you can clean it. If you put a lot, that is gonna be way too thick. You can shave the excess wire now. If you put a lot of solder, it will make the tip thicker, and that's not gonna fit into your radio, into the female connector. And it pays out when you have a more powerful soldering iron, because we only touched it, what, 2 times, 3 times for seconds at a time. So, because if you don't use the paste is all the secret, guys. If you don't use the soldering paste, you will have to hold it and hold it and hold it, and the whole thing is gonna burn, and you're gonna burn the insulation here, and you don't want that. So this is one of your connectors, okay? And this is how easy it was. Now let's leave this on the side. Then we have these connectors. Some people say they're junk, some people say they're okay. I like the silver plated ones, they're so much lighter, but I couldn't find one right now. These are good because, let me take this off completely. These are very good because you can use RG8, RG213, because they're thicker wires. Or if you're just using it with an RG58, you need to buy the spacer. This spacer is good for the RG58 here. Now as I'm holding this, if you want, you can cut those if it bothers you, because it bothers me now. I should have made them shorter, but with a pair of scissors you can cut them, or if you keep twisting it will be fine. If it's a one-time thing, just, yeah, you can use a heat shrink and it's gonna cover everything and it's gonna look beautiful, but you get the idea. I just wanted to show you how to make the connection, and we did it in seconds. Now back to this one, you have to use the spacer if you're using an RG58 coax. And then once you're in here, you take the strands of the negative and you solder the hole here. I might have one, give me 1 second. Anyway, you know, you have so many things laying around, kicking around, and when you need something you cannot find it. Anyway, I have Where are they? Anyway, I can't. I looked everywhere. I only have these ones. This one it's the same as the twist on, but I painted. I took those out, and I painted them yellow. Back home at my shop, I made yellow the one that goes into the dummy load, so I know that the yellow is the dummy load, kinda. Or the red one, you can spray paint them. It's nothing. This is like 20 years old and barely lost the color. And you know, like, you can paint it red. You can paint these ones also from the outside only, obviously. So you know that the red one is your amplifier in, and the blue is your amplifier out, and so on and so on. So once you get in here, you need to solder this, and I would suggest to solder the outside ground first. Okay, first the ground, let it cool down for a few minutes, and then solder this end, because now this whole thing is hot when you solder this, and you're gonna need a big, especially if you're not using the spacer, if you're not using RG58 and you're using RG8 or 213, you're gonna need a bigger soldering iron. You cannot do it with a 25 watt. You will need 40 watts and up. Okay, 40 watts and up. So once you're here and you burn this whole thing, try to fill it up with solder. This whole thing is going to be burning, and so does your insulation. So you have to let it sit for a good 10 minutes until it's completely cold, and then you solder this. If you do it at the same time, this middle insulation will melt, and it's going to short, and it's going to mess up your SWR and your radio. Alright, let's put the spacer back, and we'll be right back. Alright, let's do some soldering now. Let me show you a couple of things. Well, the most important thing was the paste. This is the 12 gauge, the black one and the red one, positive and negative. So we're gonna, if you have sharp cutters, it's easier, obviously, they're not dull, and you just go like this. You press a little bit and you let go, and you twist. Now if they're very sharp, you might cut the wire inside. So let me see if I can do it. Needs a little bit more. There you go. All right. This is the 12 gauge wire, guys, but look how thin it is. So many thin strands inside. So always twist the wire like this. And if you want to solder this to another wire, you have to apply solder here first. So for example, I keep, yeah. Let's do the other one, the positive. Beautiful. Let's get rid of the garbage. I pressed too hard and I cut some of the strands. Alright, so seriously now, this went into my finger. Hold on, guys. What? Need a pair of tweezers. Sorry about that, guys. A little wire went into my finger. First time in my 30 plus years of my career. So, let's say if you want to twist these wires like this, right? Then you cannot solder them. Like, remember how I told you have to apply solder first? If you're gonna connect them like this, you have to twist them first, like so, and then solder them directly, because if you apply the solder first, you won't be able to bend it. Okay, so there's also another way. Right now they're like this, right? So you can do it the other way. Always twist the wires before, and you can join them like so. If it is, let's say, if you want to continue the line, right? And then you can solder on top of it. So let's do the soldering here. We will try first without the paste. We will try first without the paste so that you can see the difference that the paste makes, the soldering paste. I hope you all can see me. And this is the glare. Let me move away from this glare. All right, so let's see. Oh, too far. Okay, let's do this. All right, you can solder it, but it takes time. See, like we're already, like we have this much. If you were to add the paste, I just go ahead and dip the wire in, and then I do it right under, so it's gonna drip. At least it's gonna go back inside. So now look how much faster the solder is gonna spread. You hear the paste melting? Look at that. Almost even. Like so. If you're trying to do this without the paste, good luck. It's gonna take you forever. And my finger is not burning. If you do this without the help of the soldering paste, you're gonna burn your finger even you're an inch away. All right, so now this is done, and then we're gonna do the other one. Let me put the iron back. I hope you can see, guys, because I'm sitting a little under the camera. And all right, so again, we're gonna dip it into the paste. Don't be scared, don't be afraid. And you're there, okay. You see that? Look at it. See how even it is? And this is how you do it, guys. And then I always, before I solder, I always dip the tip inside the paste, and look how clean it is. See how clean it is? Shiny. This helps. This paste comes into a few different types. The one that's made out of rosin, I don't know what that is. There's the water solution, and then there's another one called no cleaner required. And this one is better because it doesn't leave any residue, and you don't have to clean it. So yeah, and it helps. Like, see how the solder melts. And let me fix this because it bothers me. Ow. All right, see how the solder melts, and with the paste, and it spreads evenly. So now the solder goes everywhere at the same time, simultaneously, evenly. All right, let's move on. Enough with the 12 gauge. Let's use the speaker wire. All right, so let me fix this. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I just want to go real fast. All right, so let's see, if you want to always twist the wire like so, and this one also. If you're going to connect like this, you need to solder both ends. If you're gonna twist it like I did on the on the 12 gauge, you don't need to solder it. So if you're gonna go like this, you can there you go. You can apply the solder and it's a continuous line. But if you don't want to do that and you want to go just straight like that, you can do it. Doesn't matter. You can do it. You solder this, and then bring them together. Obviously, this has to be straight. Bring them together and solder them like that. You can do it like that also. Or if you just want to twist them like so, I will dip it into the paste. Dip this in the paste, and one time, and look how fast and easy is when you use the paste. You see, just like that. This thing is not going anywhere. All right, what else? Yeah, so as I was saying, if you want to connect, because this is what we did with the 16 gauge wire, or 14, I can't remember. Yeah, it's 14, my mistake. So let's undo this wire and I'll show you. If you're gonna be working with wires like this, you need at least 40 watt. With 25 watt you can do it, but it's gonna take you longer time. If you don't use the paste and you hold it like this, you're gonna burn the insulation. Already my finger is burning. Imagine without the paste, how difficult this was going to be. And look at it. Look how it's spread evenly. See it? And we can go ahead and connect them like that. I should use a vice grip here for the bench, but I can go ahead and do it like that. I'm just gonna take a little bit of solder and just go ahead and apply. Let's see if I can do it, guys. Let's see if I still got it. Oh, I'm burning. Oh. Nope. Anyway, you need a vice. All right, so I think this is it, guys. I think we covered everything. This is your secret here, the paste. All right, I just wanted to share this video with you. Please feel free to comment, like, if you want to subscribe, even better. But yeah, if you have any comments, if you want to ask something, if you disagree with something that I did here, please let me know. All right, thank you so much, guys. It's your host Nick, November Echo Kilo, from the Ontario CB Club. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks. See you on the next one.